Let's all admit it right now. The real reason why we lose all the stuff in this game, all our gear, equipment, kill streaks, schematics, is because we just die to the zombies, you know, and we bleed out and we get eliminated from the game, and we're that bad. No, I'm just kidding. We all know the real reason why we lose all our stuff. It's not because of that, it's because of one thing. Yep. Your game crashes and you lose everything. Followed by everybody's favorite screen. This. So for today's video, I'll be showing you a little how-to on how I get re-geared after a crash like that. And I can hear you already saying, but Deadeye, we don't need another video on how to get re-geared. Well, too bad, you're getting one anyways. So as you can see, I don't have any gear, nothing equipped, no guns, just grenades. I don't have any kill streak or any self-revive available. So I'll be going into the game just like this. I will also be going in solo with no teammates. With that being said, I'm still not going to equip the gun even though I have contraband guns I can use. I'm just going in with nothing to show that it is possible to start with nothing. And the game even asked, do you want to do this? Yes, I do. So here I am now in the game, getting ready to start. I don't have anything in that hand, and also, big surprise, nothing in my inventory. So first thing you want to do is try to find a weapon, which there are wall buys. You'll find ones just like this. Now while you have access to wall buys like this costs essence, which you clearly start with 0. So your best bet is either to maybe kill a mercenary, or if you're really lucky like me, you can find a gun in loot chests like this. And if you're super lucky, you actually might find more than one, as in the case of this game. Regardless of how you get your weapons, first thing you probably want to do now is complete some contracts, preferably in the level 1 areas. Some of these are fairly easy, especially if you get the one that is just literally delivering cargo, or if you actually do get a weapon like I have. Spore control is very easy to do because you actually don't have to kill any zombies, you just have to destroy the spores with the weapons you found. So I go over, I get a spore contract, and another helpful thing is finding gear along the way, like plates, self-revives, symbol monkeys. You can actually find a lot of stuff just lying around or in loot chests, and that's a big help if you can find stuff like that. And as you'll see here in just a moment, I actually do find a better weapon, and a fairly decent one for, you know, old Zone 1, just random chest. But as you obtain more gear and equipment along the way, this will help you be able to complete contracts, which completing these contracts will allow you to actually get some of your better gear back, such as perks and self-revives and any schematics you may have lost that you had on your character when it crashed. Then as you get more of your perks and gear back, you can move into the level 2 area to complete contracts, which by doing this, they actually reward you with a little bit more essence than Zone 1 do. And believe me, you're actually going to need a good bit of essence to get all of the top tier gear back. In fact, you're actually going to need 39,000 essence to get all of the top tier gear back. That is 10,000 for the Juggernaut kill streak, 10,000 for the large backpack, 10,000 for a level 3 plate carrier, 5,000 for a self-revive if you don't find one, and 4,000 for a durable gas mask, which seems like a lot, but if you do enough contracts, you can actually earn that all back. Luckily, though, you don't have to go to a level 3 zone to get all this gear. In fact, you can get your level 3 plate carrier, self-revive, and some of the kill streaks back right here in the level 2 zone at the buy stations. But by this point you might be saying, Deadeye, there's a lot easier ways to get all your stuff back and you can get all of it back faster in one game. Yeah, I'm sure there's probably faster ways, but this is just how I've done it every time I've crashed and ended up losing all my gear. Now, when I say gear, I'm talking about the things that stay on your operator at all times, not the acquisitions. Those you can get every game. They're a lot easier to get, and they're kind of random depending on the contract and what you're doing in game and the zone that you get them in. But this is just the fastest way I've found, and probably the easier way to get all of your good gear back, such as backpacks, plate carrier, kill streaks, things like that. But once you get 39,000 essence or enough to buy whatever gear you haven't found left, you probably want to grab a vehicle to drive into the level 3 area. Now, that sounds a little bit crazy because you're under geared, but if you have any kind of decoy grenades or monkey bombs, you can use these to keep zombies off of you long enough to go to a buy station to buy whatever remaining gear you don't have. And the good thing about a level 3 buy station is you're going to see there's literally everything. Juggernaut kill streak, gas mask, backpack, plate carrier, self-revive, and plates, which you probably want to stack up to about 8 just to be safe. That way you can get back out without being killed and having some armor still left on you. You can also pretty much use your vehicle just to get in and out real quick without having to really fight with any zombies or bosses or anything that you might encounter in these Zone 3 areas. And once you have either left the Zone 3 or you're satisfied with your loadout and all the gear you've now recovered, you can pretty much go back to doing whatever shenanigans, missions, Easter egg quests, or whatever you was doing before your game crashed. And in this case, I decided to try to help these guys out with the Mega Abomination that was basically guarding the bridge to Zone 3. I figured I would just be there to more or less be moral support. Try to use the 50 cal machine gun to kill it, decided I wouldn't have to waste my own ammo because clearly the guns I picked up were not upgraded. The rarity was not very good. It probably would barely do anything to the tier 2 zombies, the tier 3 zombies, or the Mega Abomination itself. Anyways, this is kind of just a commentated video on what happens, you know, when I crash out of the game and it decides to take all my gear away from me. I pretty much just run back in and grind out as much money as I can, just buy my gear back. I don't try to like 100% chance it on contracts, giving my gear back, or happen to be lucky enough to find stuff laying around. A lot of times too, if you crash out, you've probably lost your insured weapon. So I was showing how if you come into a game with basically no gun because, say, you don't have your insured weapon and you don't have any contraband guns or anything that's really useful, you could still come in and get your gear back and have some success and even find some decent guns at that. Anyways, though, this is kind of a wrap up for the video. The rest of it is just me fighting this Mega Abomination with some random people. And then exfilling, because obviously you want to successfully exfil to keep all your gear, otherwise you're back to square one and you'll have to do all this stuff again next game. And I understand sometimes the game itself crashes or the server itself crashes and you actually can keep your gear, but let's face it, 99% of the time if your game crashes, it's deleting all your gear and it's not having any mercy on you whatsoever. But thankfully, you can get all your stuff back in one game if you know what you're doing and know how to get everything. Pretty much it's just grinding out essence to have enough money to buy it all back. Anyways, you'll see here in just a second, I do successfully exfil and I have all of my gear. You can see I've got some extra acquisitions as well, 2 guns. Pretty much got everything back that you would lose if you crashed out of the game, which is pretty nice. You can do this all within one game afterwards. As you see here, I've got everything in the menus. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you find this helpful, and I'll see you all in the next video.